to consider action, if any, on matters discussed in executive session at 9:10. All right. We are continuing on 7.d and the discussions of Savannah Acres addition. So at this time, the chair will open the floor for more discussion or to entertain a motion. Do we have any? Go ahead.
I'll make a motion.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the case number PP-26-1 as presented with wastewater services to be provided in accordance with section 158.09C3 of the subdivision regulations, and with a addition to remove the easement running behind lot 17 and 18 with the forward egress off of 740. Did I say that right?
Very good.
Thank you.
So there is a motion on the floor as stated. Do we have a second for that?
I will second that motion.
We have a second for that motion as stated. Are there any questions or discussion items? Very well. The motion moves. All of those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed?
Nay.
Councilman Ownby opposes. Very well. It passes. All right, moving into, we're going to skip 7.e. We're going to move into 7.f, discussion and action on the Heath Economic Development Corporation contracting with a company to raise the house at 217 Lawrence and remove certain outbuildings and the swimming pool at 305 Lawrence. Ms. Brooks?
Yes, sir. Good evening. As you remember, in 2025, the EDC purchased 217 and 305 Lawrence Drive, which are located within the Town Center Overlay District. As a result, the EDC preserved over 24 acres of open space and the opportunity to promote distinctive commercial development that aligns with the city's vision as being a premier outdoor lifestyle community. Following that, extensive research was conducted by staff and the board regarding short-term use of the properties for commercial use. And the cost of rehabbing the properties and bringing them up for a commercial use was very prohibitive. Likewise, the use for using either for residential, the board formed an opinion against that after analysis that encompassed repair costs to bring each up to market standards, the ROI, projected rental returns, risk and liability, and really just an overall lack of mission alignment. The EDC is not really in the business to be a landlord. So at that point, we were asked to get bids for demolishing the properties, and at the February 17th meeting, the board unanimously approved the lowest bid submitted by Lloyd D. Neighbors. And you'll see the spread there. And what this bid encompasses is demolishing Olive 217, which is in pretty poor shape, and the demo of 3 exterior structures and the swimming pool at 305. The famous goat house will stay intact. There's that hope that as the board pursues the long-term use of this great property they preserve within the heart of our community, that maybe there's just going to be something really special that happens there. So they approved that bid unanimously, and at the same time, you may know that they are currently evaluating proposals received for activating the vision for Town Center District to really get that project and that part of our land moving forward to bring in the kinds of businesses we want that serve our residents and generate sales tax. So staff recommendation is that you would echo the board and approve this bid. The mayor may add something because he sits through all of this as ex officio of the board.
All right, very good. Thank you, ma'am. At this time, does anybody have any questions for staff? No questions? The only thing that I'll add is, you know, as this board is tasked, as a reminder to anybody that's listening, you know, this board is tasked with economic development to bring more services, bring employment, bring more sales tax revenue. At the same time, we bought these properties to protect us from the state, as we're always concerned with looming changes in these bills for taking away local zoning rights. And so as we've all, this council, but also this board, is constantly looking for ways to enhance the services of the community in the interim. And so the idea was, hey, we can rent it out, generate some revenue. That's going to be difficult to maintain and manage. So then they started looking at, okay, what can we do with the properties in the interim as they look at these bigger, longer run ideas for this town center overlay district that was has a design book that was created back in 2020 or 2022. And so they looked at 217 and said, there is not much you can do with it. And so, therefore, they said, "Hey, let's demo it, and then maybe there's a way to create some interconnectivity to trails." As you guys know, that we have the natural trails off of Chris Cooney Drive, but we also have a little trail that you can't see on this, but you see that pond in the back there behind 305. There is now a trail that has been brought in. We just haven't created any stanchions or any designation to showcase it, and it's not been in any of our videos yet, but it is there. So if you guys are back there, feel free. You can go back there and go walk directly from Chris Cooney Drive all the way to that pond. And so they're looking at, is there a way to interconnect with 217 once it's all cleaned up? And then also, too, as you know, they've brought forth, you know, that they want to create this dog zone for 305 or in front of 305. And so really just trying to be good stewards of what they've acquired and trying to figure out ways that the city can utilize this land instead of just being dead space, kind of like what Chris Cooney Drive's been for, you know, ever since I moved here. So, okay, so very exciting to kind of hear them talk through some vision state and how they can try to get that accomplished. So I'm very excited to see what they do here. And I'm also very excited that they have decided not to make the recommendation to do anything with 305, because I really think it's a staple. And if we can figure out how to fit that into future state, I think it would be amazing. I know it's difficult, but I'm glad that their recommendation is not to demo both of them. Okay? So those are my added items. Are there any questions or comments with staff? If there's not, thank you, Suzanne. At this time, the chair will open the floor to entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Okay?
I move to approve the Heath Economic Development Corporation contracting with a company to raise the house at 217 Lawrence and remove certain outbuildings and the swimming pool at 305 Lawrence.
Very well. We have a motion on the floor as stated. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
We have a second by Councilwoman Horn. If there's no further discussion, then the motion moves. All of those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Passes unanimously. Thank you, Council. Moving into 7.g, receive, discuss, and take possible action on an update from the City Council Subcommittee on the Water Bridge Plan. Mr. Creed.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. As stated, this was an update for the Water Infrastructure Committee. And the first part of this is a two-parter. We're going to have Suzanne come up on the second part and give you some updates on some of the communications and where we're at on scheduling for some of those. But the first thing I want to demonstrate to you is we looked at the water zoning for the different zones and the days of the week that people water. And with the help of Dr. Heights, we poured through that data, and what we were trying to overcome is potentially facing reoccurring stage 2 and stage 3, water restrictions like we've been arguing and fighting for some time here, and develop a watering schedule that keeps the usage below the daily water transfer thresholds. We accomplished that this year, but we want to continue to do that, and we found ways we believe will make that even easier. The methodology is, we took the 22 through 24 summer usage data volumes and correlated those with high temperatures to see, how it was working in each zone, evaluated the weekday demand patterns and zone contributions, in an attempt to keep all the days below the water transfer threshold, or at worst, only exceed the threshold 1 day a week, because twice in 7 days would trigger the next stage, is why you would want to avoid that within a 7-day period, and maintain the current 3-day and 4-day spacing between watering days. And also, we want to minimize changes to the watering schedule, because they were changing folks' days and getting that out and not having water violations and things like that would be important. This is the current watering schedule, where you see the southern portion is Wednesday and Saturday, and the northernmost portion is Tuesday and Friday. And what we propose is to change the northernmost portion of Heath, that zone, to Tuesday and Saturday. You maintain your first day, which is your trash day. If we ever have to go to the next stage, you know that your water day is still your trash day. But your second day on these two zones for the southern portion and the most northern portion transfer from Friday on the northern portion to Saturday, and from Saturday on the southern portion to Sunday. And the idea of that is move the high demand watering a couple of areas to different zones to help even out those days, in the hopes that we remain by those thresholds for any stage triggering. And any questions about this before I go on to Suzanne's?
And just for everybody's edification, the revised schedule is being recommended and was approved by this subcommittee for the Water Bridge Plan. Of course. City Council Subcommittee.
Very well, thank you.
And I think we are asking for action on this particular.
Yeah, at the end of the item, we would like City Council to take action, if Council so desires, to pass this, to allow us to march ahead and start promoting this new schedule.
Okay. At this time, council, are there any questions? First, let me say thank you to these subcommittees. I try to remember to say thank you. I know that there's so much tireless work that you guys put in to come up here and or do it Zoom or however you guys meet. I'm not even aware. I just know that you guys are constantly meeting, and I'm very appreciative that you guys are truly carrying the water on this and continuing to have those dialogues. So, thank you. You like that?
Literally.
That's right. Literally. Okay. If there are no questions for staff on this item, then we'll move into kind of your sub-items.
Suzanne?
Thanks, Brian.
And communicating the new schedule, one of the best things you funded for us was the Text My Gov push notification system, and we can draw polygons around the areas that are changing and really hit them hard with the message. We'll use all our sources to tell everyone, but we'll work really hard to reach those affected. So another part of the committee's goals have been to create, launch, and sustain a community water education and conservation campaign to change attitudes and behaviors regarding the value and use of water today and long term. We've kind of been in the pinch, the crunch, the past few years of water, don't water, use your day. But it's time to graduate a little. This Gantt chart, Mayor Pro Tem Dodson showed you back in the fall to show you our sequencing and cadence for communication. Everything in gray shows it's been completed, and we're staying on track with getting something out weekly. We have not been in the throes of the hot Africa season. We will be there again, but when we're not in that, it's nice to just once a week say, hey, look at this cool thing, or look at this program. So just
I'll talk to Suzanne on this, guys. This is a massively comprehensive multi-level marketing plan designed not only to push information out at one point, but to do so in a campaign that has durability over multiple years. And it's never one source that converts the market and changes behaviors. It's usually multiple, but it's always a sustained effort in each of these areas that allows you to do so. So Suzanne, great job on pulling this together.
well, thank you, because you've drummed into my head. It used to be the rule of 7 for communication, if anybody remember. Well, now it's the 500 rule, so you just can't stop. Anyway, it's kind of exciting to think about moving beyond where we've been to embrace education and engagement over enforcement. And we have to. It's a fact. Climate and growth equal long-term realities of impact on our water. We've watched it from the West Coast, and it's moving our way, and our children and beyond will be affected. So this campaign initiative taps into our youth in the community, and our hope is that we instill a community-wide sense that we're all in this together. So we're Heath. The letter H is a big deal in Heath, and it also happens to be a part of H2O. So taking that, we're conserve to preserve. And what are we doing? We're preserving our daily comfort and quality of life. Beautiful lawns and landscapes, thriving businesses and schools, our future as a sustainable, premier outdoor lifestyle community. And we love to compete, we love to win in Heath, we love Harley. And we have the school's permission to use their mascot, all the assets fully. And I want to point to Councilman Mormon because he first brought in a whole slew of really cool mascots. And in Tucson, Arizona, they had an amazing campaign that spanned, a decade, called Beat the Peak with this cute duck. But he's trademarked, and I don't want to go there with a trademark thing. So we can start with Harley, and we could incorporate our own city-specific logo or mascots. But right now, we're not going to have to put a lot of expense into it. We can get him his own jersey. He can be at events. We can use them in marketing and, print, digital, what have you. I will not read that to you. We will send it to you. But that's basically the mission. We're not in it just for today, but for the generations to come. And this won't happen overnight. But just like anything, if we just stay true to it, I think we can change opinions and attitudes and values. We won't be, I can water whenever I want, but I don't want to water whenever I want. I want to be a part of a community that cares and knows that water is not unlimited. Citizen engagement will be highly important, and we've already connected with Rockwell High School, Heath High Student Council, and they're really excited about making this their legacy project. The outgoing seniors, they have a little bit of senioritis, but they're still excited to help us with this. And the thought is those students will help us get into the elementary schools and mentor the elementary student councils that don't really have a clue what they're doing, but we can bring them tools and we can bring them presentations and education to spread the word. And then they take those materials home and we push the information up from the little guys to the parents.
So there's a tops down and a bottoms up component to this, that again is sustained over time.
And we're already connected with Rockwell County Master Gardeners Partnership. We're close to nailing down our own Heath-based EnviroSmart workshops. We won't get to have one in our community room because Chelsea's making it beautiful, but once it's ready, we'll go back there and show it off. But we want to have one in late March leading into their online spring plant, because what we learned last year in our Smartscape campaign, you show them a flower, but people still want to be told, where do I get it? So they're going to help us with that, with their plant sale. And we want to do the workshop in March, headed into the hot season, June as a reminder, and September as kind of a closure heading into their fall sale. We will have a campaign presence beginning at our soft launch of the park, the Heart of Heath, on April 4th. We hope to have Harley there in his new jersey. Other events like walking in our parade. We've already got the Vine Shack. I don't know if you've seen her, but she's a part of Master Gardeners, but she's got the coolest old VW bus and a cute display and sells all the kinds of Smartscape plants we want our people to buy. So that's it in a nutshell. That's really only the beginning. We want to be informed and involved with our regional partners, which includes North Texas Water Municipal District, socialize with them everything we're doing, and also as we grow, connect with our counterpart in Rockwell. And maybe, like I said, we like to compete. Maybe Harley's going to be competing against the little bumblebee, and we'll get into some things like the Pack the Pantry contest. Back on what we're promoting as we can, This is an upcoming homeowners symposium, March 7th in Rockwall, that's going to be really excellent, and we're promoting that to the community to attend as well. I already hit that. But basically, we have a big runway. The sky's the limit, what we could do with this, and we're kind of soft launching it right now, and then let's just go and see what we can do.
Very good. Let me also echo on what Councilman Dodson just said. Wow. I mean, whenever I first saw this, I was like, impressive. You know, this is private sector caliber communication strategies. It's multi-pronged, multifaceted, multi-channel. I mean, and it's communicated with cadences and planning. So kudos. Let's create that culture and across all departments. This is very, very well done and very well presented. All right, very good. So,
Terrific job, Suzanne.
yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so going back to, as Mr. Creed was pointing out, because those, I don't think these other items need any action. We do need to take action on our conservation schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the water conservation schedule. So with that, watering ordinance plans, you're making the recommendation of one section going into a day being Saturday, correct?
Two sections.
Two sections.
What's the second
The
one?
north and the
The
south.
north,
It's the pink,
the
HGYC?
yellow and the pink.
Okay, and so just as a reminder, and for anybody that wasn't here, Saturdays and Sundays were a kind of original thoughts by the engineers and so on was, hey, we need a refill day in case we get into a pickle. And so as long as we're comfortable with trying this, I will say, that first year I said, hey, we need to do something, just do anything, better than this, odd numbers, and you had to go look it up on the website and see what your day was. This is a very clean way to do this. I love the fact that this committee's kind of isolated it. I also know that it's been programmatic. I know that you guys have some great counsel on that committee. So I'm very much in favor of trying this. I just, if I didn't see the other portion of what we just saw, I would probably say, hey, good luck to us, because communication is the hardest thing to get compliance. But after seeing what you guys just presented, I'm definitely in favor in trying to spread this out into what we considered originally our water fill days. So,
Mr. Mayor, what made us more comfortable with that is Brian's finger is literally on the trigger of the valve, and was last year and will continue to be this year as well. So with the potential for us to get yet another 500,000 gallons a day in July from the city of Rockwall during kind of the height of our Africa season, that gives us a little more relief in case we get into another drought season like we had, what was it, like 2 or 3 years ago, right?
Right, yeah.
That we had that, historic drought around here.
right. Yeah, I think it's great. Thanks for speaking to that. And yes, we do have, the additional 500,000 that we received when we signed the MOU. And then, assuming next July 1st, we should receive another 500,000. So I think this is a great plan, frankly. So if there are no other questions or concerns to discuss, the chair will open the floor to entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion.
I'm sorry, I'm not looking your way. I'm just kidding. Councilman Obi?
I move to approve the revised watering schedule.
Okay. Councilman Obi has made a motion to approve the watering conservation schedule as presented for 2 sections being changed. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a second by Councilman Myers. Do we have any further discussion on this item? If we do not, the motion moves. All of those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Passes unanimously. Thank you, council.
Thanks, Brian.
Thank you,
Yeah.
guys.
Great job, Mr. Creed, and great job to that subcommittee. Okay, we do have 7.e. We're gonna move that into our executive session, so, agenda item 8, is our executive session in accordance with the Texas Government Code, Chapter 551, Subchapter D. The City Council will recess into executive session, this closed meeting, to discuss the following: 8.a, Section 551.071, consultation with the attorney on the matter in which the duty of the attorney to the governmental body under the Texas disciplinary rules of professional conduct of the State Bar of Texas clearly conflicts with this chapter regarding wholesale water purchase contract between the City of Rockwall and the City of Heath, and other potential wholesale water suppliers. And item 7.e, rental policy for the community room located at City Hall. We are now in executive session at 9:36. Okay. We off? Okay, very well. In accordance with the Texas Government Code, Chapter 551, City Council will reconvene into regular session to consider action, if any, on matters discussed in executive session. We reconvene at 10:17. Moving into agenda item 7.e, this is consideration and action on a rental policy for the community room located at City Hall. Ms. Gordon, I'm not going to make you run through that. Essentially, as discussed, we've had an old outdated policy for a community room, and we're making some upgrades to the room itself and realize that we've got this old bylaw policy, whatever it was worded as, and now we're kind of trying to create an internal policy as we've reviewed tonight in our packet, and want to get that addressed. I'm happy to start this off, to wrap this meeting up, make a motion to approve the rental policy as it sits before us this evening.
I second, Mr. Mayor.
We have a second by Councilman Dodson. The motion moves. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Passes unanimously. Thank you, council. All right, let me see if there's any other items I need to go over. No, I think we're good. Moving into agenda item number 10, I will adjourn at 10:18. Thank you, council.